Alright, so I've been wanting to record this story for a long time now, and somehow I just don't seem to be getting to it. Today I'm traveling, and I don't even know if this is gonna sound very good in terms of the clarity, but I'm gonna record this anyway. So this one's about a few months back, almost a year I think, that I was visiting the west coast of the US for work. And while I was there, I was trying to see if there are people around who I would want to meet. And it turned out that there was a cousin of my wife's, and I had met her only once, but she's such a sweet lady, and she's got a son who's such a sweet kid that I thought I should say hi. So I landed in San Francisco, and I kind of texted her saying, "Hey, do you want to, meet up? I'm in your city, so if you've got some time over the next few days, I'd drop by or meet you somewhere, and maybe catch up over a coffee." So she was so sweet that she offered to, in fact, come down to my hotel the next morning. This was a Saturday when I landed, and she offered to come down on Sunday morning and take me to breakfast. I was like, brilliant, let's do it. It's Sunday, and maybe it works out best for everyone. So her name's Vidya, by the way, so I can keep it simple in this story. So Vidya was supposed to come and meet me on Sunday morning, and I, got on with my unpacking, etc. on Saturday evening, and I think I had an early dinner and went off to bed, saying, I'll just wake up fresh. When I woke up next, I woke up to a frantic call from the other cousin, Vidya's sister. She's like, "Jiju, where are you? What's wrong with you? Why aren't you answering the phone?" And I just somehow rubbed my eyes and looked at my watch, and I realized that it was 12 noon on Sunday morning. So I had overslept by about 5 hours as opposed to what I had planned to. And it turned out, I found out later that is, that Vidya had come down to the hotel to meet me, take me out to breakfast. So she'd come to the reception, she tried calling my phone, the folks at the reception tried calling my room phone, and there was no answer. And they just assumed that I was not in the room. And Vidya was worried. She called back home. My family was worried. Everyone was worried as to what might have happened. And of course, I picked up the phone right away, called Vidya, and apologized to start with, and I didn't even know what I could do to make it up to her. And worse still, that same afternoon at about 1 p.m., I was supposed to meet a friend in Oakland, which is about an hour and a half drive away from where I was at. So there was no way on earth I was going to make that. So I call up with Dan and I tell him, "Hey, first up, I'm very, very sorry. I shouldn't have put you through all of this, but here I am, and I messed up everything. This friend of mine was going to travel from, I think, up north, and she was going to take like a 2-3 hour train ride, and I was supposed to drive down halfway or whatever for an hour and a half. So I was not going to meet up with her in time. So it was all a mess. Now, Vidya first asked me to calm down. She was like, "You know what? Wait up. There's no way on earth you can, take public transport and get to Oakland in time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down to your hotel. I'm going to drive you down to Oakland, and by the way, I'm going to get you some breakfast. You don't have to worry about stopping on the way for breakfast." I was like, "Really? You don't need to do that. I'll meet you one way or the other." But she insisted, and sure enough, she was there in the next few minutes. And she got her son along, Vedu as we call him. He's such a sweet kid, a 16-year-old. So he was in the car, and I got into the car. We kind of exchanged hugs, and we were like, so happy to meet up. We started driving. She started driving, and I started having the breakfast that she packed from lovely stuff from home. And we talked and talked all the way to Oakland. It was, like I said, about an hour and a half's drive, give or take. And we had some lovely conversations. It was such a beautiful time. And this was the first time I had so much time with them. I'd only met them once before that. So it was very nice to get to know them. And I think the feeling was mutual because Vedu, the kid, seemed so happy to have that conversation as well. And then we reached my destination where I was supposed to meet the other friend. And I said goodbye. And as I was getting off the car, they asked me, "Do you have water?" And I was like, "No, I don't, but I'll pick some up. Don't worry about it." And that's when Vedu just picked up his bottle and said, "You know what? Take my bottle." And I was like, "Listen, it's okay. I can pick up some water. It's not a big deal." But he insisted, "No, you have to take my bottle." And he gave me his water bottle. And well, I took it and I was like, "Listen, thank you so much. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bottle with me, keep it with me, and I'm going to get back to San Jose. And before I fly out of here, I will visit you once and return the bottle. And of course, I get to see you, which is a big, nice bonus." So they were like, "All right, we'll see. That's fine. Just go ahead, enjoy your day." And I did. I went ahead, met my friend, I had lunch with her, and then went back to the hotel. The week went by. We had a ton of work, so I really didn't have any breathing space to even make any calls. And towards the end of the week, I was supposed to fly out on Friday evening. Now, it so happens that although this wasn't a planned thing, I ended up being in Oakland again on Friday morning at a colleague's place. Now, to cut the long story short, we had a bunch of meetings, we had some fun as well, and now everyone started, changing plans, saying, we'll just directly head to the airport from Oakland and we'll fly out. And I was like, oh, that can't happen. I was supposed to visit with Dan Vedu in San Jose before I flew out. So there's no way on earth I'm doing this. But then we kept getting delayed, and there was a point in time where if I hadn't moved out then, there was no way on earth I was going to make it to that place and the flight in the night, in the evening. So I requested another colleague, she's a sweetheart, who was with me, and she was driving. She had a car. I don't drive there. I was depending on cabs and other people who would drive me around. So I requested her, saying, I need to go meet a friend in San Jose. Do you think you'll be able to drive me down? If not, I'll just take a cab and go. And she was like, are you crazy? You don't have the time to do this. And I was like, I know, but I have to do it. I cannot, fly out of this place without seeing them again. And she's a sweetheart. She looked at me and she was like, you have to do this, don't you? And I was like, yes, I do have to do it. And she looked at me and she was like, all right, let's go. And we excused ourselves from, the team, the rest of the folks, and got into the car, and it was still quite tight. We started driving, and traffic was a little heavy, so we weren't sure as to how we'd make it, but kept driving. And then there was another thing I had to do. I had it in my mind that I would go and cook something for the Dan Vedu. Now, this is something that I love doing when I visit people. I love cooking for them when I can. And I had thought of this. Now, I knew I did not have much time, but I still couldn't, agree with not being able to do it. So I gave the call again, and I was like, hey, can you tell me where the closest Indian store is from your place. And she was like, what you up to? Why do you need an Indian store? What do you want to do? I was like, listen, I want to get something. I want to make something for you. She's like, shut up. You don't have the time. You don't even know if you're going to make it to your flight without all of that. So just shut up. And I was like, listen, if you give me the location of the store, you'll make it easier for me. I'm going to do it regardless. And she was like, let me just send you the location. And she sent me the location. And of course, before that, she sent me her location, her home address. So anyway, so we drove down to the Indian store. The friend who was driving me there, her name's Becky, by the way, and she drove me down to this Indian store, and I picked up some raw veggies that I wanted to quickly. It was like all a rush. She didn't even park. She just pulled over, and I ran to the store, picked up what I wanted, paid for it, ran out, ran back, got into the car, and then we got to this place. And again, long story short, I ended up, kind of rushing into her kitchen, making room for myself, and just making some very interesting dish that I really like, and everyone enjoyed the food. Whatever little time I had to make it, it was quite a lot of fun. I saw Vedu enjoy it a lot. Becky had a good time with that snack, and we had a few nice laughs. And we only had like 30 minutes between all of this, and then it was time that I had to leave if I was to make it to my flight at all. So I got out, we exchanged hugs, we got out, and then Becky dropped me back to the airport. And just about when I was about to reach the airport, I just realized that I still had the bottle with me. So one of the big reasons why Ed wanted to go back and see them was to return this bottle, and I did not end up doing that. And I was like, oh no, I still have the bottle. Vedu's bottle is still with me. So I quickly got onto Amazon, and I found two of the same bottles, and I placed an order saying, all right, there's one for the mother, one for the son. And that was that. I flew back home, or wherever I was flying then, and a week later I messaged Vidya saying, hey, did you receive a package for me? She's like, what package? I was like, did you receive any package from Amazon? She's like, what are you up to? I was like, never mind that, did you receive a package? And she's like, no, I haven't, but there's no way on earth you could have sent me a package because I did not give you my door number. And I was like, oh damn, you're right, I did not have your door number. So I went onto the Amazon app again, and I checked my orders, and I realized that I had shipped the bottles to the Indian store because that was the last address on my chat. So here we are. I never ended up getting the bottle back to Vedu and his mother like I wanted to. So to this day, it's been a while now. It's been about a year, I think, a little under maybe, but it's been a while. And I still carry this bottle around everywhere I go. I'm traveling today and I have the bottle with me. So it's one of the nicest gifts, I should say, I've ever received. And what can I say? It's just special. So that was that. It's a fun story. I cannot, get enough of relating this to you.